How did Genovese mobster Vincent Gigante save the Bonanno crime family from being wiped out from existence? Let's check it out. I'm James Gladwish and welcome to OC Shorts, bringing you detailed historical snapshots of the American Mafia and other organised crime. Feel free to subscribe if you like that sort of thing. Today, we are going to take a quick look at the time the Commission wanted to get rid of the whole Bonanno crime family. From the 1960s, the Bonanno crime family had a troubled existence. In the early 1960s, family boss Joseph Bonanno allegedly plotted to have rival bosses Carlo Gambino and Tommy Lucchese murdered. This led to the Commission eventually seeing Joe Bonanno as persona non grata, and ultimately led to Bonanno being exiled to Arizona. And in the mid to late 1960s, the Bonanno crime family also entered into a bloody civil war. One faction of the family supporting Joe Bonanno, and the other faction led by Gaspar Di Gregorio, rebelling against Bonanno as they had lost faith in Bonanno's leadership. This second faction had the backing of the Commission. In the 1970s, with official boss Philip Rusty Vistelli in prison, Carmine Galante made a play to take over the family, and essentially acted as the boss of the family, although he was never officially recognised by the Commission. This would culminate in the vicious Carmine Galante being assassinated in 1979. In the late 1970s through to 1981, the Bonanno crime family was infiltrated by undercover FBI agent Joe Pistone, using the alias Donnie Brasco. And also in 1981, a faction of the family, comprised of the likes of Bonanno family captains Alphonse Sonny Red and Delicato, Philip Phil Lucky Giaccone, and Dominic Big Trin Trinchera, tried to take over the family while official boss Philip Rusty Vistelli was in prison. This would lead to Sonny Red, Phil Lucky, and Big Trin all being killed in the infamous Three Captains murders. Many sources often state that it was due to the fact that the Bonanno crime family had let an undercover FBI agent operate within their ranks that the other families decided to kick the Bonanno crime family off the Commission. However, interestingly, other sources state that the Bonanno family had actually been removed from the Commission before the Donnie Brasco affair, stating that they had been kicked off the Commission in the 1970s due to the Bonanno family being seen as heavily involved in narcotics trafficking. Regardless of which version is to be believed as to when the Bonanno crime family was kicked off the Commission, it appears that in 1980, several months before the Three Captains murders, and before the revelation about Donnie Brasco being an FBI agent, the Commission met to decide whether the Bonanno crime family should be disbanded completely. According to an FBI file, it was in September 1980 that the Commission met to decide the future of the Bonanno crime family. The file states, on September 26, 1980, redacted name advised SA redacted name, that a New York Commission meeting occurred on September 24, 1980. Source stated that the reason for the meeting was to decide whether or not the Bonanno family should be disbanded due to the recent lack of centralized control. As can be seen from the file, it appears that the reason the Commission was deciding to scrap the Bonanno crime family was due to its lack of centralized leadership. Official family boss Philip Rusty Vistelli was in prison, and as mentioned, while he was incarcerated, Carmine Galante essentially took over the family unofficially, and, according to some sources, Galante posed a threat to the other families, and therefore, in 1979, he had to be eliminated. Some sources state that following this, Sicilian-born mobster Salvatore Catalano took over as acting boss. But evidently the Commission still felt that the Bonanno family did not have a well-structured administration and figurehead. The file continues. Source advised that all the Bonanno capos were present at the meeting, along with representatives of the 4 remaining New York families. Source stated that the Genovese family was represented by Vincent Gigante. The Colombo and Gambino families were represented by redacted name and Joe N Gallo respectively. According to this file, all of the Bonanno Crime Family captains were present at this meeting, while representatives of the other 4 New York families debated about what to do with the Bonanno family. Vincent Gigante represented the Genovese family, and Gambino family consigliere Joseph N Gallo represented the Gambinos. There is no mention of who represented the Lucchese family, but it may well have been their family boss Anthony Corallo. The name of the representative of the Colombo family is redacted, but it could possibly have been Carmine Persico, who had been released from prison the year before. As the meeting progressed, Vincent Gigante put forward an argument that the Bonanno Crime Family should not be disbanded. The file states, source stated that Gigante, backed by redacted name, made a very strong plea for the continued existence of the family. Source advised that redacted name also backed the Bonanno family. It was decided that the family would continue if the leadership could be solidified. So, as we can see, Vincent Gigante, along with 2 unidentified mobsters, put in strong cases for the continuation of the Bonanno family, as long as they sorted out their leadership issues. The final part of the file states, source stated that redacted names have spent the last several months trying to gain support for the continued existence of the Bonanno family. Source advised that without these efforts, the various Bonanno family regimes would have been divided among the other 4 families. Here we can see that several unidentified mobsters had been campaigning for the continued existence of the Bonanno crime family. Whether these were Bonanno captains such as Joe Massino and Sonny Black Napolitano, or mobsters from other families isn't clear. But ultimately, whoever these mobsters were, if they hadn't received the necessary support, the Bonanno crime family would have been disbanded, and their members divided up amongst the other New York crime families. Interestingly, this wasn't the first occasion that the Commission had discussed discontinuing the existence of the Bonanno family and dividing up their members into other families. In 1968, during the Bonanno family civil war, Lucchese crime family captain Paul Vario hosted a meeting in Long Island where this was also discussed, as I've covered in previous videos. An FBI file states, among other attendees at conference were Mike Sabella, Paul Vario, Carmine Tremonti, John Angelo. Bonanno family to either be merged with Carlo Gambino or family will be taken over by one of several candidates, the most prominent being Tremonti. Again, ultimately, it was decided that the Bonanno family should continue to exist. I would just like to thank a Black Hand Forum contributor who posts by the name of Hairy Knuckles, who very kindly emailed me the file regarding the 1980 Commission meeting that discussed disbanding the Bonanno family. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on the topic covered in this video. I hope you found that interesting. Thanks for watching.